So modus ponens is a valid argument. So we have to express these statements with the help of tabular form. False implies true means what? We will get true. They have given the tabular form. We have to find whether it is a valid statement or not. If any one of the statement is true, so we will get true. Hello everyone, I am Shweta, Computer Science faculty. In my previous session, I have discussed logical implication and implication table, and also I have discussed rule of inference, right? So, I have discussed some rules in inference. We have studied modus ponens and modulus ponens and hypothetical syllogism, etc. So, today I will explain some problems on rule of inference. So, here we have rule of inference. I have discussed this rule of inference in my previous session. So here we have rules, rule of simplification. This is called as tabular form in rule of simplification, and modulus ponens. This is a tabular form of modulus ponens. So we have studied all the rule of inference in my previous session. So today I will explain some problems based on this rule of inference. Here you have one statement. The first problem, so you can expect this question for 4 marks. Test whether the condition is valid or not. Here we have to check whether the condition is valid or not. We have two statements. If Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car. In question 1 only I have two statements. In question A, I have two statements. If Sachin hits a century, that is statement P. And then he gets a free car. He gets a free car. So, what is P statement? If Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car means it is the second statement. He gets a free car. This is the second statement. And therefore, he gets a free car. Therefore means it is a conclusion. Conclusion. Right? So, Sachin hits a century. That is the statement P. Then he gets a free car. That is statement Q. Therefore, he gets a free car. He gets a free car means what? He gets a free car means it is statement Q. So, this is the conclusion of the statement. Therefore, he gets a free car. By using these two statements, we can find whether it is a valid or not. We have two statements P and Q. Now, I will apply this rule. If Sachin hits a century, then he gets a car. P implies Q, right? And the second statement, Sachin hits a century. So, Sachin hits a century means the statement P. Therefore, he gets a free car. Therefore, he gets a free car means the statement Q. Clear? This is called as tabular form. Tabular form. Then the argument can be read as, if Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car. And Sachin hits a century, therefore he gets a free car. So this is called as tabular form. So already I have discussed this rule in my previous session. So which rule is this? So it is a modus ponens. Modus ponens rules. So it is a valid statement. Valid argument because it is a modus ponens. P implies Q and P, therefore Q. This is the statement called modus ponens. So, modus ponens is a valid argument. Clear? So, like this you have to express this condition with this tabular form. You have to write this argument with the help of this tabular form. We can conclude whether it is a true, we can conclude whether it is a valid argument or not. This is 2 marks question, sometimes they will ask 4 marks question. This is 2 marks question, sometimes you can expect this question for 4 marks. And the next question, test whether the condition is valid or not. If Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car. Again, same question. We have two statements. If Sachin hits a century, Sachin hits a century, he gets a free car. That is second statement. He gets a free car. We have two statements. So we have to express these statements with the help of tabular form. So I will write the tabular form now. If Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car. So P implies Q. And Sachin does not get a free car. So free car means it is statement Q. Sachin does not get a free car means it is negation Q. Clear? Q means what? Q means he gets a free car. So negation Q means what? Sachin does not get a free car. So P implies Q and negation Q. Therefore, the conclusion is Sachin has not hit a century. Sachin hits a century means the statement P. Sachin does not hit a century. Sachin has not hit a century means it is negation P. So this is the tabular form of this statement. And this rule is called as what? This rule is called as modus tollens. So modus tollens rule is valid argument. So this is called as a valid argument. It is a valid argument. All the rules of inference have explained in my previous session. With the help of truth values have proved all the rule of inference. If you missed my previous session, please first watch the previous sessions of rule of inference. So easily you can understand this concept. So this is called as modus tollens rule. So it is a valid statement. And the next question is, test whether the condition is valid or not. Again, the same question. If Sachin hits a century, so we have P and Q statement. Sachin hits a century. Then he gets a free car. So statement Q is he gets a free car. We have two statements. So these are the statements, given statement. So here P and Q statement is Sachin hits a century is P. Q means he gets a free car. And what are the premises, given premises? These two are called as premises and this is called as conclusion. So first premises is if Sachin hits a century, then he gets a free car. So P implies Q again. And Sachin gets a free car. Sachin gets a free car means what? The statement Q. He gets a free car. And what is the conclusion? Sachin has hit a century. Therefore, it is P. Sachin has hit a century. So, is this valid or not? There is no rule that which assert that P must be true. Example, true implies true is what? You will get true. And false implies true is what? Is also true. So, there is no rule that P must be true. So, P can also false, right? So, it is not a valid argument. It is not a valid argument because if P is true, Q is also true, then you will get the condition true. And there is no rule that P must be true. P can also be false. False implies true means what? We will get true. So, it is not a valid argument. So, here they have given Sachin has hit a century. So, therefore, the statement is P. Sachin hits a century is P statement. So, therefore, Sachin has hits a century. Sachin has hit a century. There is no rule that P must be true. P can also be false. So, false and true will get true. So, this statement is not a valid statement. And the next problem, test whether the condition is valid or not. If I study, then I don't fail in the exam. So, we have two statements. Statement 1 is P. If I study is statement P, then I do not fail in exam. Do not fail in the exam. I do not fail in the exam. We have two statements, statement P and statement Q. Statement P is I study. Q means I do not fail in the exam. So next I will write the tabular form this two premises. We have two premises. premises 1 and premises 2, and also we have conclusion. This is called as conclusion, right? So now I will write the tabular form. So statement 1 is, if I study, then I do not fail in the exam. If I study, then I do not fail in the exam. That is P implies Q. If I do not fail in the exam. If I do not fail in the exam means what? Statement Q, right? I do not fail in the exam means Q. Then my father gives a two-wheeler to me. And the third statement is, if I do not fail in the exam, then my father gives a two-wheeler to me. So statement R is, my father gives a two-wheeler to me. So we have three statements, statement P, Q and R. So now I can write the tabular form. So first statement is, if I study, then I do not fail in the exam. Statement P implies Q. And if I do not fail in the exam, I do not fail in the exam means statement Q. Then my father gives a two-wheeler to me. Father gives a two-wheeler to me is statement R. So what is the conclusion? If I study means, therefore P implies, then my father gives a two-wheeler to me. So statement is R. So this is a valid statement because here we are applying the rule called syllogism. Rule is valid. So tabular form of this rule states that if P implies Q and Q implies R, therefore P implies R. This statement is called as rule of syllogism. So it is a valid statement. And the next one we have, determine whether the argument is valid or not. They have given the tabular form. We have to find whether it is a valid statement or not. So first I will write the argument. P implies R and Q implies R and Q or negation R implies negation P. We have to find whether it is a valid or not. So if P is true, then negation P is what? It is false, right? If P is true, negation P is false. And if R is true, and Q or negation R means what? If R is true, negation R means it is false. So true implies true means it is true. So R is true. And if Q is true, so what you will get? True, and true implies true is true, and true implies, and true or false is true, because we are using OR operation, addition. If any one of the statement is true, so we will get true. So true and true is true. So it is true and true is what? True. And negation P is false here. So true implies false means what? True implies false means it is false. So it is not a valid statement. It is not a valid argument. Clear? So here they have given the tabular form. So we have to write the statement P implies R and Q implies R, and Q or negation R implies negation P. If P is true, negation P must be false. If R and Q is true, so true implies true is true, and true implies true is true, true or false is true. If any one of the statement is true, you will get true. So true and true is what? It is true. So here negation P is false. So true implies false is false. So it is not a valid statement. So these are the problems you can expect for 4 marks or 5 marks. So these are the problems based on rule of inference. You have to check whether it is a valid statement or not. So today you learned the problems based on rule of inference. So in my next session, I will discuss some other concepts on rule of inference. Thank you.